I'm going to show you how I did this makeup look using all affordable makeup. To prime today, I'm going to use the Poreless Jelly by Maybelline. I'm going to put this on my cheeks here and a little bit on my forehead. I'm going to use my Maybelline Lifter Sticks. This is the shade 30. I feel like makeup has always been expensive. I remember being in my 20s and like shopping drugstore because I couldn't afford the high-end stuff. Let me put y'all on because I only used a drugstore makeup for years and you can get a good beat there too. I'm using my Milani cream bronzer in the shade 110 Hey Honey. This actually kind of reminds me of the Say Sunmelt. Different formulas, however, if you want a glowy finish to the skin and a cream bronzer that's really just gonna blend in so effortlessly, this is a really good option. Who remembers this concealer by Maybelline? I took the puff off just to keep it more sanitary, but who remembers it? Tell me. This was the only concealer that I would use back in the day. It's so funny, I say back in the day like I'm super old. It's just that era of makeup feels like forever ago. You know, if you were there, you get it, okay? I don't understand why I thought I needed this much coverage in my 20s. Like, I didn't even have dark circles then. Why? What was the reason, Amanda? I remember really favoring a sponge to blend out this concealer, so I'm gonna do that today. I feel like it helps pick up any extra product because this is pretty full coverage. It's literally called the makeup eraser. This is by Emco Beauty. It's the Grip Set and Refresh Spray, and I'm just gonna give my skin a little spritz. You do have to shake this. For blush today, I'm using the CoverGirl True Blend. This is the Skin Enhancer Blush Balm Stick, and this is in the shade Sweet Violet. I'm going to use the glowy cream shade in this Morphe blush. This is the Apress Ski one. Now I'm going to keep this high on my cheekbones. I'm going to use the tiniest bit of the Morphe color corrector in the shade Blossom just to brighten up this inner corner and also lift the eye. I'm using my Lottie London pink powder to set all the places where I put concealer just to keep it nice and bright. This is a really nice pink powder at a really affordable price. I got this at Walmart. For bronzer, I'm using this NYX Buttermelt bronzer in the shade All Buttered Up. These are very pigmented, so even if you're like picking it up on a brush and you hit it off, I would even like coat it in your brush so that you get a really nice application. I'm using this L'Oreal eyeshadow stick. This is 420 Brown Bliss, and I'm going to use it as like an eyeliner and smudge it out around my eye. I'm going to go in with this CoverGirl eyeshadow stick. This is 345 Sky Dust, and that's what it looks like. I'm going to plop this on the center of the lid. And I am going to do one eye at a time. I'm just going to use the same brush that I used to blend out the L'Oreal matte shade. Eyeshadow sticks have come such a long way. Both of these are very long wearing. Like, this is the CoverGirl one that I swatched. And like, you gotta scrub her off. I'm gonna go in with this Kaleidos blush. This is in the shade Pale Rose. I love this color. It's so subtle, but it gives just the perfect amount of pink to the cheek. I used my Maybelline Colossal Bubble Mascara. This is one of the best mascaras that you can get at the drugstore. I forgot to record that clip, but that's what I have on my eyes. All right, for my lips, my favorite part. Let's start off with Morphe Fresh Fig. I feel like this lip liner is a dupe for MAC Plum. Every time I use it, that's what it reminds me of. I'm gonna go ahead and set that lip liner with a little powder, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Light. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in the shade 113. I'm gonna use this Rimmel Lasting Mega Matte liquid lipstick in the shade 110 Blush right in the center just to kind of brighten this up a little bit. I'm gonna tone the shininess down just a bit on my forehead. I'm using my Milani Press powder. To lock all this makeup in, I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Spray. You would never know that I used all drugstore makeup to do this look today.